Welcome back to the channel, all my soil saving soldiers friends. Today is a brisk day. It's Sunday the 7th, and we got to do some harvesting. We got to do some packaging and get a order out for my friend Daniel up in Nebraska. He ordered 12 pounds. Oh, sorry, that was the peat moss. He ordered 12 pounds of the best compost mix you can get, which is the red blue mix, and we're going to have to do it here in the house, which I don't normally like to do, but when the weather's cold outside, you ain't got no choice but to do it where you can. So what we got going on here, we got my least favorite part is light harvesting, but we got the setup. Got my pan for my peat moss to mix them in. Got my pan to weigh the peat moss, and then my pan to weigh the worms. My trays to put the worms in while holding them. Got his sifter right there. We got to empty every one of these trays plus 4 more. So it's gonna be a busy day for us. So we're gonna get over here. We're gonna get started and hang out for a while, and let's just talk. So all we can do is talk. Hold on a minute. Let my dog in. Yeah, I definitely don't like dealing with the peat moss in the house. Not at all. I don't like dealing with the peat moss in the house. But when it's cold, there's nothing you can do about it, because the new building outside, that is strictly pure reds. The red blue mix doesn't come out there near the reds. I got a fingernail that has I jabbed a piece of wood under it, making sifters right under the fingernail, and it's got infected. So today I'm gonna have to wear a glove on this hand. But yeah, he ordered 12 pounds of red blues, and since he bought a sifter, I made him a good deal, and he went ahead online and paid full price for it. But I told him a different price, so I'm just gonna make the difference up in worms and fast shipping. So I'm a man of my word, and I keep my word. But like I said, he's getting the best compost worms you can get. He's getting some of the reds and blues. Let's see if we can find them. There's a red. There's a full-grown blue. As you can see, the blue worm is right here, which is way longer and skinnier than a mature red worm with a clitellum bulging right there. We'll get up there. Got a bulging clitellum, but the blue worm is twice as long and twice as skinny. And watch how fast he tries to find him a way out of the light. That's another way you can tell the difference between a red and blue. You see them running up my hand. They move twice as fast as a red worm does. But together, they're a great composting mix. That's what I make my compost out of that I sell. If anybody asks me, I always tell them, yeah, the blues can be finicky. If you ain't got everything right, let me get a drink, y'all. If you ain't got everything right, they can be finicky. But if your bin's right and and the pH is right, the moisture's right, the food's right, they'll stay in there. I just had a bad experience with them when I first started because I didn't know no better. But once I got it all figured out and started making compost and selling compost, they're a great little package when you mix them together. Because when it gets so hot that the blues quit eating as much and they slow down, the reds kick in. I mean, the blues kick in, and then when it gets cooler weather, where the blues slow down, the reds will kick in because the blues don't like cold weather. Well, let's get to harvesting these worms from Mr. Daniel, and I'm not going to keep y'all long today. I may make a 2 or 3 part out of it. I'm going to sift some of these trays with my sifter. Yeah, this is a horrible looking sifter. I've used this sifter for 3 years. For 3 years, I've got service out of this sifter. Now the one Mr. Daniel's getting looks nothing like out. They come. When I build them, I glue them. I nail them and I also screw them, and then I varnish them to make them last longer. So y'all don't crack on my citrus. I've had this one for 3 years, and when you build something for the first time and that's what you use, you kind of hard to part ways from it. So let's get to sifting. That's what we got to do anyway. It don't take long. I had to let these dry for about a week because I had them overly wet, because that's the way I was running these to get some breeders out of them. So you ain't gonna be real aggressive with it. Just do a little back and forth motion, shake it like that, and once you see that you left with nothing but the large stuff, you reach over here and you dump it in the tray where you're gonna have to light harvest, because in this method right here, it's not like a trommel. But even if you still have a trommel, you still got to light harvest at the end, because you still got to separate some of the material from the worms. Not a lot, but some. But you want good and clean worms anyway before you package them and ship them, because nobody wants what's in your bedding. They got their own bedding. Give it a couple shakes. I hop it once or twice, because what happens is the bigger pieces of wood, the little bitty pieces of wood, they'll get in between the rungs on your screen, and they will actually stop it. So I'll give it a shake, which knocks it all loose, and then it'll let the rest of the casting fall to the bottom. There's your little pro tip on using a sifter like this. And as you can see, we're already done with this one tray already. It did not take that long. That tray's done. We'll set it right here under the table. Looks like I'll be doing some sweeping and mopping when I'm done with this. Got that done. Give it a shake. And that's it. That's all large stuff that'll go back into the bedding mix when I make a new bedding for them. So we'll move that one down, and then let's go start on this end. Then we'll pull this one over here. I kind of keep it like an assembly line. That's just me. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Everybody's trying to reach the same goal, and that's to get the castings down in the pan and you worms over in another pan, so you can light separate them. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope everybody's 2024 starting off with a lot of nice orders. Everybody who's starting to build their farms are getting to where they need to be. It's a long process when you start from scratch. There's another adult blue worm. They're just long skinny worms, and you can tell a blue worm from a red from the way it moves. And if you look at that tip of that head, well, you can't see it that good. That's what you get for using an iPhone instead of a real camera. But at the tip of their head, it has a dark purple color. That's another way you can detect a blue worm. You can detect them by their speed, by the slimness of their bodies. They don't have a bulging catellum like a red worm does, and they got that little purpley and tip right on top of their head. I usually put about 2 scoops in there, and I slosh it around. I'll start sifting them. Give it a jump. And this one's a little bit wetter than that one, so I'll swoosh it around again. Give it a jump, and there we go. That is done. And what you got down here, I do it with a scoop so I don't get it all over my floor. What you got down here is beautiful castings, black gold. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I didn't mean to sneeze on you like that. I've had sinus cold for the last couple of days. That's why I ain't made no videos. I sounded like I had a frog in my throat. which is never a good thing. But you just want to get a couple little scoops in there. Throw the shaking on that bad boy. Give it a hop. Switch it again because like I said, this is a little bit wetter than the other one. Give it a hop. And there you go. That's all you're gonna get out of that one. Now we got to get over here. We got to move this stuff because that pan right there is ready to go for the light harvest method. You always got to have your handy dandy trusty scale with you too. Set that right here. My daughter bought me a slide for Walmart. She said, "Well, can you use it?" And I said, "Well, sure. I'll build me a little frame, baby, and I'll use it for light harvesting." And it works out great. I can't complain. Oh, dog took my plug. All right, let's get the light fired up. And then we'll get this one moved over here. Get them working under the light. And pile them all up. Just like so. I'll bring you over so you can see them. And there they are. And what this will do, the light will push them down and you'll brush all that off. Scoop it out till you get to the worms. And then keep on working on your next batch of sifting. And keep repeating the process. I can put 2 trays up here and work 2 trays at a time. And then go right back to sifting worms. But I won't stop it right here, y'all. Because I got a lot of trays to harvest. Now, I may shoot another video about separating them and then package them. But if I don't, I'd like to say I appreciate you joining my channel. I appreciate you commenting, sharing me out. We're getting ever so close to the 1 pound pure red worm giveaway. We only like about 14 more subscribers and we'll go from there. I hope y'all have a wonderful work week. Keep selling your worms and keep saving the soil with me. This is Bobby with New Soil Castings. I'd like to say thank you and let's keep on composting.